Hey, what's up everyone? How's it going? This is Waj. Hope you guys are all doing well. And in this video, I'll be counting down my top 5 gaming laptops for 2015 under $1,500. So if you're interested in getting a new gaming laptop for school, for work, for pleasure, for any of those reasons, I'll show you my top 5 favorite laptops that are available right now, specifically geared for gaming. So let's get right into it. Now the first laptop that we're going to talk about is the Lenovo Y50. There's actually a couple of versions of this laptop. There's a UHD version and a full HD version. What I'm specifically interested in is the 4K version. So with this laptop, you get a full 3840 by 2160 LED backlit display, which is excellent, quite fantastic. Perhaps you can't do 4K gaming based on the current spec that we have right now, but it's excellent for watching 4K content, for videos, for editing, movies and things like that. Gives you a lot of desktop real estate and definitely is the highest PPI count of any laptop in this list right now. So if you want the best display, definitely check this one out. Internally, you have definitely a lot of features. We have a Intel Core i7-4720HQ. It's a Haswell based processor that's a quad core with hyper-threading, so plenty of power for all your video editing. You also have a choice of getting a 256 SSD drive with 16 gigabytes of RAM. In terms of the graphics card, it usually comes with an NVIDIA GTX 960M, either in 2 gig or 4 gigabyte version. I selected the 4 gigabyte version because you want as much video memory as possible, especially with this high resolution display. So definitely check out the Y50 from Lenovo if you want a UHD laptop that isn't going to completely break the bank. Now next on our list is the Alienware 13, and there's a couple of versions of this laptop that's available right now, but the one that I've selected comes with a Core i7-5500U processor. This is actually a dual core chip that has hyper-threading, so it's not as fast as some of the other laptops in this category, but it's perfectly fine for most people's gaming needs. You also do have 16 gigabytes of RAM and a SSD drive, so in terms of load times and boot up times, it's really fast in terms of those performance aspects. Additionally, you have an excellent 13-inch IPS display that's a really high density in terms of PPI count. In terms of the GPU, we have an NVIDIA GTX 860M, which is very similar to the new 960M in terms of performance, as you'll witness from our performance benchmarks later on in this video. But generally speaking, if you want a really high quality gaming laptop that's fairly compact in terms of its 13-inch display size, definitely check out the Alienware 13. Continuing forward, at the top of our range on this list is the MSI GT72 Dominator. This is a really amazing laptop that gives you quite a lot of features. One of the big things about it, it has Dynaudio speakers, so the sound is excellent compared to most of the laptops you're going to find out there. Additionally, you have 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's using the Intel Core i7-5700HQ, which is clocked at about 2.7 gigahertz, and it's again a quad core processor with hyper-threading. So plenty of capabilities in terms of doing a whole bunch of different things besides gaming itself. Another great thing about the GT72 has a full color LED backlit keyboard designed by SteelSeries. So if you're a fan of their keyboards, you're gonna like what's on this laptop right now. Furthermore, this is one of the larger laptops on this list. It measures about 17.3 inches diagonally in terms of the display size, but you do have plenty of resolution. It's full HD, so you'll have no problems in terms of gaming at that high resolution, because it also comes with a killer GPU, a GTX 970M, which comes with 3 gigabytes of GDDR5. So you do have plenty of power and capabilities to drive your games at fairly high detail settings at that full HD resolution on this MSI. Now another great gaming machine definitely has to be the new Asus ROG GL551. This comes at a very competitive price tag at just around that $1,000 mark. It comes with a 15.6 inch full HD LED backlit display and GTX 960M GPU with 2 gigabytes of GDDR5, so plenty of horsepower to drive most of your games at that full HD resolution. We also have an excellent processor, the Intel Core i7-4720QH, which is clocked at about 2.6, and that's again a quad core processor with hyper-threading, and we also have 16 gigabytes of RAM, AC Wi-Fi. Pretty much everything you need is going to be on this laptop. So strictly when it comes to value, I think the GL551 from Asus definitely offers a lot for its money compared to a lot of things out in the market right now. Now, the final machine on our list is the Gigabyte P55W. This is basically a very similar computer to the MSI GT72, which has that 5th generation Intel Core i7 processor, as well as the GTX 970M processor. So you're going to get very similar performance, but I think the design is a little bit more sleek and a little bit more optimized for portability. It's a 15.6-inch display that has full HD resolution as well, pretty good viewing angles, and of course you have AC Wi-Fi. The only real difference between this and that MSI is that this configuration comes at $100 less, and you have 8 gigabytes of RAM instead of 16 gigabytes of RAM. So if you can sacrifice that little bit of RAM, you can definitely save a little bit of money over here. Now, since we listed off all these computers, let's actually take a look at my benchmarking results for all of them in terms of their GPU and CPU performance. They're synthetic tests, they're not real world benchmarks, but they'll give you a good idea in terms of how all these kind of stack up against each other. Keep in mind that all these computers come at a different price point, so you definitely want to consider that when you're taking a look at the results. But the first thing that we're going to take a look at is my Cinebench R15 benchmark. So as you can see over here, the MSI and the Gigabyte score at the top of the range because they're using the latest 5th generation Intel Core i7 processors, and the Asus and Lenovo aren't too far behind. And in last place we have the Alienware 13, which is using that Intel Core i7 processor, but it is technically a dual core with hyper-threading. Now, moving forward, we're going to take a look at the GPU performance results out of all these computers. I basically use 3DMark's Firestrike test at 1080p with standard graphics settings. And in terms of the winner, it's the Gigabyte P55W. In second place, we have the GT72 Dominator from MSI. They're using pretty much the identical GPUs, so you're going to see fairly similar performance. In third place, we have the Asus ROG GL551 with about 4,500 points. In fourth place, we have the Lenovo Y50. That's the 4K version. Again, we did this test at 1080p and it scored around 4,000 points. And the Alienware is just under the Lenovo in terms of the GPU performance. But really, other than that, guys, that's really it. I didn't get a huge opportunity to test all these computers extensively because I had very limited time with them. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to bring them home and do a thorough test. Perhaps I'll do that in the future. But generally speaking, I kind of did a lot of research on all the different laptops that are available right now, optimized for gaming. And I think these offer the most for your money. And there's definitely a couple of others that I probably missed. And some people may prefer one laptop over the other because of whatever specific specification reason or whatever kind of deals are out there on Amazon or eBay or any of the retailers out there. So definitely check out the links down below where you find the latest links for all the products that we talked about. And if you go through any of our specific Amazon links, it gives us a little bit of kickback. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps make videos like this possible. We definitely love to thank everybody that uses our Amazon affiliate links on a regular basis. So thank you so much for your support, and definitely check out the other series of videos we've done on the best laptops for the summer of 2015. We've done one on a budget series laptop, so top 5 laptops if you're on a budget, as well as an Ultrabook series of laptops, top 5 Ultrabooks that are out there right now. So definitely check out those videos if you haven't already. But other than that, that's really it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you later. Take care.